pull through. But actually, Team Vision, I was like, okay, nice, a little bit of a step up. I'm going to be looking for them.
Yeah, there was one player of DRX, I forgot who it was exactly, but that played very respectfully at one point. They were taking so much damage from Team Vision. He goes back, goes for a first aid, and the moment he comes back up, he gets onto the front line, holds a little bit more space to keep his team safe. Hopefully they don't get flushed out. Fleshed out, they could be also. But they don't lose those players.
Yeah.
He gets in nade range, gets an amazing nade. I think it gets 3 eliminations at the end onto Team Vision, gets everyone confirmed, and then they can just start getting the res, getting full control of the high ground, and even then Falcons, I think they could have won if they pushed it right after that fight, but they had very limited information, which makes it a little bit hard for you to commit to a play when you don't know what is still available on the opposing side.
I was really happy, especially when we saw that push on Horror Esports. The way that they were able to just finish that off without losing any players, that's the consistency that I want to continue to see out of that team. Now, as mentioned, Horror, that brings something up there, Max?
Oh, no, I was going to talk about Team Vision again, actually.
Okay, go for it.
Knock onto WBG.
Yes.
They instantly send it.
So
they were
nice.
so confident, which you know some teams that maybe are playing for the first time at a global event, they're like, no, WBG? Who the hell is that? We're going to send it regardless. So I love to see a team like that. They're seen as an underdog. Be confident. That is what you need if you want to go for the trophy.
I mean, the crowd is hyped. I'm hyped. I'm glad that we got a chance to see Falcons and kind of like, in a way, some of the top teams as well being able to at least put up some eliminations under here. Now, I want you to give me just a quick name. Going into Erangel, which team are you going to be looking at, Natura?
WBG.
Ooh, okay, Max.
Regnum Karya.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's send it over to Blank and Jackie, and let's see maybe which teams you guys have in mind.
Hey, thank you, Seven. I'm excited for this one, man. You know what? It's a spicy question. I'm liking it. He's not only desk hosting, he's cast hosting, he's doing it all. Go on, Blank. Who do you think? Who's going to show up here today?
I think what I'm looking at least. I'm kind of looking at Power, to be honest with you, and their drop over towards Yasnaya, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a potential chance that they drop alongside with Weibo Gaming, and I'd be interested to see how that hot drop happens, because a lot of times, you know, you can comfortably control Yasnaya on both sides. I do wonder if Weibo is going to be a little bit unhappy with a team dropping with them. We'll have to wait and see, because a lot of these drops can change. Also, Team Falcons in PMSL EU, they really struggle with Papada Supermassive actually dropping on top of them in Pachinki. It really hurt their league stage. I'll see if because right now Kinotrope could drop on them potentially. But we'll see, because I do think Team Falcons needs that spot on the map to succeed, especially with Erangel being 3 matches a day.
No, I'm lucky. I like the setup here. You give some sort of good thought there for some of the storylines, Blank. I think it's in. Yeah, no worries. I got you, homie. But I think it's a good storyline as well in the sense of power, because that is actually literally like a power struggle. If you think about sort of the opening result from the first game there, you do squeeze out 2 points with Easy being able to get the backstab off late onto Influence Rage. But outside of that, that was a hot drop that obviously was a heavy hand straight to the face, right? Another rough outcome here, another rough start. I feel like it compounds so quickly, dude. Day one, hot drop after hot drop. If it all starts to go wrong, you build a very slippery slope for yourselves. So I'd love to see them fix that before we're saying, oh, game 3, it's not looking great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think for Power as well, the big issue for them is that most of the tournaments that we've seen internationally, it's always been pretty bad start to squeezing out a qualification right at the end there, or just barely missing out on a qualification. And I think that that's something that Power just can't afford to have. No. When we've seen Power done the best in the past, is where they get a really clean start, they get out the gate running. That's when they do very, very well. So I think that kind of momentum buster towards the beginning of the tournament will hurt this team.
Yeah, you've got to feed the hot hand a little bit. You know, one thing that I think we noticed a lot last year as well was the difference in the body language from that team. When things are on, like you say, the confidence is there, they're feeling themselves, you see the happiness. When things aren't on, it does take a little bit of a different turn.
Al-Haji has this astonishing capability to either look like the angriest guy in the room or the happiest dude on earth. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Hopefully we get to see the more happy side of Al-Haji. We want to see Al happy. That's what we want to see.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. No, 100%, man. I think that human element of PubG Mobile is something that sometimes sort of take for granted, right? Especially more so when we're online. You don't get that all the time to see the real sort of emotions for a team. And it really does run free, especially in this kind of environment, right? Like grand stage, very different, all-encompassing with how you're sort of down in the middle, all of your other opponents around you, the crowd onlooking from all angles. Yeah, the anticipation and pressure could build up quite quickly. If you're just joining us as well, we're getting ready to kick off our second outing of the day here for the PubG Mobile World Cup, live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia at the Esports World Cup 2025. First game had some great storylines to it. They broke it down very succinctly on the desk there. We were saying the highlights, well, the ebb and flow of Vision, looking like they had a great control of the early game. Good mid-portion with the fights they took. Late game, though, comedy of errors in that encounter where they sort of shoved themselves into harm's way. Blank, DRX being able to pull the wool over everyone's eyes. Very passive but smart fights. Little backstab, little moments, all building to good map control that resulted in them getting a great chicken dinner. And then, of course, Galacticus coming at you like a supervillain, just ruining everyone, Blank. Eliminations on what was that? Another elimination.
It's right, we were stacking them. We were stacking them. We were looking like a wedding cake of eliminations during that game. And I think the thing is that for Yangon Galacticos, when you were looking at them during that match, they were just compounding elimination after elimination. They went up to 7 elims, then it was suddenly 11, then we're finishing on 14. I was like, where are they all coming from? It was just some very clean sweeps across the board. So for Yangon Galacticos, I do want to see more of that, please.
Oh, yes.
Honestly. But yeah, I think for DRX as well, it's good that you bring them up because there's some big boosts to fill for South Korea, especially after last year's PMGC with D+ actually winning that over in London. But for DRX, I do think that they have some very, very strong players on side, some very storied players on side. I mean, Hyunbin's been around for many, many years and has always been quite successful, and that's a good way to start things out. For South Korea in general, the macro is very, very good.
It really is. It really is. You know what, though? I think we're having a good time right now setting the stage, but why don't you see how much fun the players have been having? Check this out.